Hey everyone, this is your last lesson for this week, and we are moving on to the next step of multiplying larger numbers. Today we're multiplying a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. So we're using the same steps that we used a couple of days ago whenever you learned a 3-digit number times a 1-digit number. This time we're just using one extra step to our problems. So in our first example, it says that Brooks Grocery Store bought 915 packages of cookies. Each package had 66 cookies. How many cookies did Brooks Grocery Store buy? So, we've been talking about how multiplication is the process of repeated addition. Well, if we multiply 915 66 times, we're going to be forever adding those numbers together. So we would rather just use an algorithm or some method of multiplying those larger numbers. I'm teaching the standard algorithm and the area model of multiplication. Again, there are multiple ways to multiply two larger numbers. If you want to use another method, you are welcome to. You just need to show me your work. No calculators right now. I will always let you know when you're allowed to use a calculator, but do not use a calculator right now. You need to know how to work these problems out. So, in working this out, we're just adding one extra row, but let's just do what we know for sure right now. Yesterday, we talked about how we lined up our numbers by place value. The 5 and the 6 are in the ones place. This 1 and 6 is in the tens place, and the 9 is in the hundreds place. We always start multiplication by going from right to left. It's the same thing when we add and subtract. So I'm going to start in the ones place on my bottom row. I'm going to multiply my ones place by my ones place on the top row. 5 times 6 is 30. So I bring my 0 down. I'm going to put a 0 in this box. Now I'm going to carry my 3 to the next. Carry it over to the next place value. So carry it to the tens place. If I can click it. There we go. So that was 30. And then I'm going to multiply 6 in the ones place by the next number to the left in the tens place. 6 times 1 is 6. And then I have to add the number that I carried over. 6 plus 3, which is 9. So I'm going to put a 9 in the next square. Then I'm going to multiply my 6 in the ones place by the next number to the left in the hundreds place, which is 6 times 9. We're going to get 54. 50, maybe. 54. So if that was just the number in the ones place, that would be our answer. However, we do have another number on our bottom row, and we have to multiply all numbers on the bottom row. So now we have to multiply that 6 in the tens place. Keep in mind the 6 is in the tens place, so this is actually multiplying by 60. 6 tens, 60. So we're technically multiplying 60 times 915. This row right here was 6 times 915. That went on this top row. Now this second row is 60 times 915. If you're multiplying by a number in the tens place, you're always going to add a 0 to the end of your answer. So you always need to remember that place value holder, that 0 holder on the second row, because you're multiplying in the tens place. If I was multiplying by a number in the hundreds place, I would have to put 2 zeros there because you'd have 2 zeros at the end of your answer. Since this is a tens place, we have 1 0 at the end of our answer. And then we just multiply this problem just like we did before. We start with our 6 times our 1s on the top. So 6 times 5, which is 30. I'm going to bring a 0 down. 0. I'm going to carry my 3. I'm going to put that 3 up here because this is how I would do it in the boom cards. It'll let me type. There we go. 3. Then I'm going to go to the left. So I just multiplied the ones place. Now I'm going to multiply the 10. 6 times 1 is 6. I'm going to add that 3 that I just carried over. 6 plus 3 is 9. I'm going to bring 9 down here. Maybe. I made these squares so small they're hard to get in. There we go. 9. Okay. Then I'm going to multiply my 6 times the next number to the left. 6 times 9, which is 54. I'm going to type 54 in there. 54. Okay. And since I have 2 rows, I've multiplied by my ones and I've multiplied by my tens place. I have to add those two multiplication problems together. So, adding these two together, we have 0 plus 0, which is 0. 9 plus 0, which is 9. 9 plus 4, which is 13. 3. I'm going to carry my 1. So if there's a 1 up here, plus 5 is 6, plus 4 is 10. So I'm going to put my 0 down here. And if I carried a 1 above the 5, it would be 5 plus 1, and that would be 6. 6. So my answer would be 60,390. I'm going to check my work by using another algorithm, and this is the area model of multiplication. We talked about the area model in our last lesson as splitting up our larger numbers into smaller place values. So this top row is going to be for the 915. The 9 is in the hundreds place. 9 hundreds is going to be 900. So I'm going to type 900 in this block. The 1 is in the tens place. 110 is simply 10. The 5 is in the ones place. 1 5 is 5. 900 plus 10 plus 5 is 915. So I broke up 915 into easier to multiply numbers. I also need to break up my 66. I'm going to do that in this column. This 6 is in the tens place. 6 tens is 60. This 6 is in the ones place. 1 6 is 6. So those are 2 more easy to multiply numbers. Then I'm going to fill in my blanks by multiplying those easier to multiply numbers. 60 times 900. Well, 6 times 9 is 54. And I have 1 2, 3 zeros. So add 3 zeros. I have 54,000. Then I'm going to multiply 60 times 10. 6 times 1 is 6. I have 1, 2 zeros. That makes it 600. Then 60 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. I have 1 0 at the end. I'm going to add a 0. That makes it 300. I'm also going to multiply my next number, 6 times 900. 6 times 9 is 54. And I have 2 zeros, so 5,400. And then 6 times 10 is 60. And then 6 times 5 is 30. Now all of those numbers I just multiplied together, I now need to add together. So let me make a text box down here. I'm adding 54,000 plus 600 plus 300 plus 5,400 plus 60 plus 30. Now, if I had a sheet of paper, I would be working these out. I would line them up one on top of the other and work it out. Since I can't really do that in a PowerPoint, I'm going to add these up in my calculator. I want you all to work this out on a piece of paper when you're doing your own practice problems. Okay, so I just got an answer of 60,390. And I can see that I got the same answer, 60,390, working out the standard algorithm. Got the same answer working it out either way. So whichever method you're more comfortable using, use it. This standard algorithm is going to be what you see in your boom cards. If you don't work out this algorithm in your boom cards, just put your answer at the bottom and then send me a picture of your work. Okay, one more example. A foundation donates $548 per year to the state university. How much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 94 years? Again, we don't want to have to multiply over and over and over again because that's going to be 94 times. It's going to take way too much time. We're going to use the standard algorithm for now. We always start in the ones place and work our way over to the left. So I'm going to start with my ones times my ones. 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. I'm going to bring my 2 down and carry my 3 to the next place value, to the tens. 3, 32. Then I'm going to multiply my 4 in the ones place by the next digit over to the left in the tens place. So 4 times 4, which is 16. And I'm going to add the number that I carried over. 16 plus 3 is 19. So I'm going to bring a 9 down. Maybe. 9. I'm going to carry my 1 to the next place value. And this is the same way you're going to do this in your boom cards. Then I'm going to multiply my 1 by my hundreds place. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 21. After multiplying my ones place by every digit on the top from right to left, I'm done with that 4. However, I still have another number on the bottom that I need to multiply out, so I need to do that second step. But I'm not just multiplying by 9. This 9 is in the tens place, so I'm really multiplying by 90. Anytime you're multiplying by a multiple of 10, you're always going to have a 0 at the end of your answer. So I need to put that 0 at the end of my answer on that line. You've got to remember that place value holder on your second line. 0. And then I'm going to multiply my 9 times my 1s, then my 9 times my 10, then my 9 times 100s. But in reality, we are really multiplying 90 times 548. So first off, 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to bring my 2 down and carry my 7. Then I'm going to multiply my 9 by the next digit over, which is 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 plus 7. 36 plus 7 is 42. 43. So I'm going to bring my 3 down. Carry my 4. And then multiply my last digit, my 9 times my 5. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 4 is 49. So I'm going to put 49 down here. And then after multiplying my 1s by everything on the top and my 10s by everything on the top, I don't have any other numbers on the bottom to multiply. So now I just need to add those two steps together. So 2 plus 0 is 2. Two. 9 plus 2 is 11. I'm going to bring my 1 down, carry 1 above the next digit. So I'm going to have a 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus 3, which is 5. Then I have 9 plus 2, which is 11. Carry my 1. 1 would be above the 4. 1 plus 4 would be 5. Let me check this in my calculator just to make sure I worked it out correctly for you. Yep. So now I'm going to show you the other method, which is the area model. We're breaking it up by place value. So 5 is in the hundreds place. I'm going to put 500. 4 is in the tens place. 4 tens is 40. 8 is in the ones. 8 ones is 8. 9 is in the tens place. 9 tens is 90. And 4 ones is 4. Now we're going to fill in these blanks by multiplying the easier to multiply numbers. 90 times 500. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 1, 2, 3 zeros. 90 times 40, well, 9 times 4 is 36, plus 2 zeros. 90 times 8 is 72, plus 1 zero. 4 times 500, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 zeros. 4 times 40, well, 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 zero. 4 times 8 is 32. After we multiply those easier to multiply numbers, we are going to add them together. So we have 45,000 plus 3,600 plus 720 plus 2,000 plus 160 plus 32. And that equals 51,512, which is the same answer that we got in our standard algorithm. So those were two examples of how to multiply a 3-digit by a 2-digit. If there was anything that was confusing or hard to understand, just let me know, and I can either give you more explanations or I can show you another video, like a Math Antics video or something that might explain it a little bit better for you. Just let me know. We can do a Google Meet if you need help practicing this. Tomorrow you're going to be doing boom cards to practice this, and the boom cards are set up like the standard algorithm, and you would do it just like I did in this practice. Otherwise, if you don't want to use this algorithm, you can just put your answer down there at the bottom and then send me a picture of your work. Otherwise, good luck. Let me know if you need anything, and have a good rest of the week.